Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Weaver. I'm the author of the Migraine Relief Plan and the upcoming Migraine Relief Cookbook, which is due out spring 2022 if everything goes to plan. And today I'm going to be showing you kind of how I approach developing a recipe, adjusting a recipe, converting a recipe from whatever my inspiration is. So my inspiration for this recipe is these the Satellite Sisters Edna Dolan blueberry muffin recipes, which they feature on their show a lot. There's a podcast, and I'm going to link to their website with the recipe in the comments for this video. And their mom used to make blueberry muffins every 4th of July. And Leanne Dolan, one of the sisters, has a fabulous book out that I'm reading right now called the Sweeney Sisters. And so I was going to make, everybody who's following them is making their blueberry muffins, which is what I was going to do, except I haven't been to the store in 2 weeks. And our CSA, which is a community supported agriculture farm box, had these fabulous strawberries. So I thought, oh, okay, well, why don't I make the blueberry muffins but make them with strawberries? And that led me to thinking about, well, what does it take to convert a recipe, which is really what I'm going to talk about today. So when I convert a recipe, a baking recipe that's a regular standard recipe that's got regular flour in it, you can't just substitute gluten-free 1-to-1 flour and be 100% sure that it's going to work out. Now, that's what the gluten-free flour bags will tell you, but in fact there's other stuff that goes on with gluten-free that you kind of need to know about. So I always either sift or really fluff up the flour. You use the same amount of flour, but you're going to have to use more liquid because gluten-free flour, for whatever reason, absorbs a lot more liquid. So if you just swap out the flour, the resulting recipe is going to be a little bit dry. And I know that now, so I upped the amount of milk in the recipe, and I'm using non-dairy milk because I try to use less dairy because it's just more helpful for me. And then I always do a half recipe because if it comes out terrible, I don't want to have wasted a ton of ingredients. And especially now that when we're still under stay-at-home orders and things are hard to get, you don't want to, have something fail. So that's the first two things. And so this particular recipe, the original recipe called for 5 eggs. So that would be 2.5 eggs, but because I know I need more liquid, I went with 3 eggs. And the other thing I needed to do, because I've actually developed this, played around with it enough that I feel like it's now mine and it's going in the cookbook, is that I ended up beating the eggs like a lot, like for a long time, like while I was doing other dishes. Because you want to get a lot of air into the recipe, into the batter, because gluten-free flour is just a lot denser than regular flour. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about with recipe development is this fabulous book called The Flavor Bible, which is by Karen Page and Andrew Dornenberg. And before I became a food blogger and recipe developer, I'd never heard of it, had no idea who they were, but it's pretty fabulous. And what they do is they take you through every potential food that you could ever eat, and then they tell you all the things that have affinities for it. So this is the strawberry section, and so you can look through, and then the things that are in bolder type or large type or all caps are like, yeah, you really want to do that. So I had been thinking about strawberry ginger, and I looked up, oh yes, ginger is one of the affinities. Vanilla is also an affinity, and so is lemon. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do ginger, but I'm also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla just to add that little extra note that maybe would be helpful. Oh, before I do this, the other tip I wanted to show you is so last night I prepped the strawberries, so I've cut them into much smaller pieces than maybe you would think, but I want the fruit to be really well distributed because I've made these muffins before with blueberries, and the smaller the pieces of fruit, the better in terms of how the thing comes out. But it's really nice to toss the fruit with a little bit of flour because that adds a little bit of dryness to the outside and then it doesn't sink to the bottom, because it's nice to have the fruit really distributed in there. So, all right, so that's what I was doing. Now I'm going to add my vanilla. All this is going in the same bowl, so normally I wouldn't add it straight to the dry, but it's fine. I also have made the recipe both with grass-fed butter and olive oil, because if you're kind of into using olive oil as a healthy fat, it works beautifully in this recipe. So those are two options for my version that will be coming out of my book. And then lemon zest. Okay, so these are also from the Farm Share. And you know, if you have just a regular fine grater, that's fine. If you happen to have one of these microplane zesters, they really are worth the money if you're going to be doing a lot of cooking. If you're not going to be doing a lot of cooking, not worth the money. But Daisy's letting us know that she's here. She's here. I've learned that if I hit stuff on the counter, it shakes the camera. Okay, so I've got my half a cup of milk, non-dairy milk, and then I'm gonna, now I hope you can see how big and fluffy these eggs are. That's what I was looking for, because I've just learned that it really lightens up the recipe a lot if I really beat the eggs for, 5 minutes, get them at least doubled in size is what I call for. And I'll be sharing the link to the Satellite Sisters recipe. Okay, so then you just basically, I've got all my ingredients except the berries in here. Yep, and it's also what I liked as a starting point. It was a lower sugar recipe, and I'm a lower sugar person, and my book is very low sugar, just because for inflammation purposes. So I didn't have to change. There wasn't too much in terms of the chemistry that I needed to change. If you've got a starting recipe that's got 2 cups of sugar in it, you're going to have trouble converting it if you want it to be lower sugar, because sugar provides a lot of structure in baked goods.
Do you get that same kind of sugar out of the strawberries?
Well, yeah. So I try to do kind of what I call fruit forward. And so for the recipe that's going in the book, it's 3/8 of a cup of sugar, and then the equivalent of 3 teaspoons of stevia. That way you don't get the stevia aftertaste, but you're not having to use quite as much sugar, but it amps up the sweetness to what I would call a, American dessert level. And then you just want to fold these sort of barely in. You want to make sure you get all of the...
So is that like Cheesecake Factory level 1?
Yeah. Okay. Cheesecake, yeah, because if Cheesecake Factory normal is that's what's sweet, which is like, I would consider that to be a full-on 10, then my stuff's probably, more like a 2. Very true, yes. Okay, so we've got all our ingredients in there, and I'm just going to move this stuff. And then I'm completely enamored with these silicone, sorry, this is just not quite as much room as I could use. Okay, these silicone baking muffin
Can
things.
you just hold the tray up and angle
Oh
it?
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so these are silicone muffin liners. They're freestanding, which I love, but I always put them on a tray because you want to be able to move the whole tray back and forth. And then they just pop right off, so you don't have to grease them. They're reusable, they're washable, so I really love that. And then what I do is, I love this, what'll happen is the gluten-free flour starts to absorb the eggs and the milk, and it starts thickening up, which is fine, but you want to kind of get it, in the oven pretty quickly. So then I do my, sorry, I know you can't see. Let me rearrange stuff real quick here. Let me rearrange stuff. There we go, I get that. Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and actually part of the reason I was thinking about the ginger was I have this crystallized ginger bits from Penzeys. And I thought, ooh, because this has a sugar topping, which again, not something I would normally do, but everybody who's made it is like, oh, you can't skip the sugar. And I thought, okay, well, I could do a little bit of sugar. So what I did last night was I took basically what was the end of these crystallized ginger bits, and I ran them through my spice grinder. So essentially I have ginger sugar that I'm going to be sprinkling on top. So I'm actually super excited about these coming out of the oven. And we will show you what they look like when they come out, and I will taste them, because that's part of the plan. So we will stop the camera in a minute. But what I love about using a scoop like this, so this is my dedicated muffin scoop. As you can see, it's super easy to do. I'm dripping very little, which is also really nice. And then I go back and just kind of do a secondary fill. I want them, about 2/3 full. Now, the way that the Satellite Sisters make these, you grease the top of a muffin tin, and they're kind of almost overfilled, and then they kind of poof out, so you get really like a caramelized muffin top, which does sound delicious, but I also know I'm lazy and I don't like to have to clean the muffin tin.
This is a lot easier to clean up.
It's a lot easier to clean up, right? I'm gonna wipe up the spills before I put it in the oven. And Microwave Boy, you say that because you're the one that's gonna be doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Because that's our deal. I cook and he does the dishes, which is, I think, awesome. And you think that's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're getting a good deal because.
So about how much will these come up when?
Yeah, so they'll fill up. So there's a fair bit of leavening. There's a fair bit of baking powder in these, and then the eggs. So they will rise and then they'll deflate a little bit, but we'll show you when they come out of the oven. And I'm just looking to see how evenly I did these. I'm just gonna wipe up my spills just so that there's one less thing that we have to clean. So probably because I was hurrying a little bit, made a little bit more of a mess than I might normally, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna turn off the camera and we'll come back in just a moment and you'll see what these look like when they come out of the oven.
Okay.
30 minutes later, thereabouts. Muffins just came out of the oven, and I'm going to bring them over so you can see how beautiful they look. So you see that we got some really nice height. So you were asking Microwave Boy if they were going to rise from that 2/3 full, and you can see that most of them, depending on how much I filled them, are well above the tops, and they've expanded around the tops. You can see that nice crystallized kind of sugar top. I didn't forget, as soon as we turned the camera off, they had been in the oven for about 30 seconds. I went, oh, I forgot to sprinkle the top with the sugar. So that was the crystallized ginger bits from Penzeys that I blitzed through my spice grinder and used as my sugar topping. And so they're 25 minutes at 425. Let me bring one over. Let's take a look and see. Let's take one of these nice tall ones. So you were asking me before we turned the camera on whether would need to do a toothpick. Not in this case. So if a recipe calls for putting a toothpick in, they'll usually tell you it's going to come out dry or just a few crumbs attached, depending on what the texture of the final baked good is. I can tell just from looking at these that these are done, and how can I tell that? Well, they're golden across the top, but they're also starting to split. And that means that the top that kind of set, it's risen past that and broken it open. And they feel nice and firm except where there's a berry, because they're always going to be softer there. You can see how beautifully hey Daisy, stop it. You can see how beautifully they come out of these fantastic silicone muffin liners, which is why I love using them. And you can see that the bottom is nicely brown. So as Paul Hollywood from the Great British Baking Show would say, no soggy bottom. And then and you can see even just the nice little shape that the silicone leaves. Let's go ahead and break these open and just see how we did on the inside. So it's gonna look wet because there's a ton of fruit, but I can tell that it's cooked because I can see that that there's some holes in aeration, and the wet stuff is just the fruit. And And that's why we whipped those eggs so much, so that we got lots of air into the batter that then held. Because this gluten-free flour just tends to be a little bit denser than, regular all-purpose wheat flour. All right, so let's see how they taste. Don't skip the sugar on the top. Even just a little bit, even coconut sugar. It just makes them really special. And lovely taste of strawberries. Very light hint of ginger. I used a teaspoon of ginger, or half teaspoon. I think I might go to a full teaspoon if I make these again. And I probably would do a second lemon zest, because I'm really not tasting the lemon at all, but they're delicious. So the blueberry muffins feature prominently in the 4th of July, the big 4th of July party scene in Leon Dolan's book, The Sweeney Sisters, which I'm about 3/4 of the way through. My only complaint about the book is that I'm staying up too late at night reading it, which I did again last night. It's really charming and it's a fantastic escape. So if you just feel like, oh, I just need a mental break, this is the book for you. It's really fun. And it doesn't hurt that 3 of the sisters are redheads. So I'm liking that a lot. All right, so if you have any questions about gluten-free baking or converting recipes, you can always message me through Facebook, and I'm happy to talk you through how to do that. So follow me, S. Weaver, MPH, on social media, and Stephanie Weaver, MPH, on Facebook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, come on over to Facebook and follow me there, Stephanie Weaver, MPH. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and stay well. Bye.